Today, we will talk about Tokyo, Japan, modern marvels, top 10 Tokyo tourist hotspots. The most populous city on the planet, Japan's capital Tokyo seamlessly mixes the ultra-modern with the ancient. Beneath all its soaring neon-lit skyscrapers, you'll find centuries-old temples and shrines lying alongside sleek shopping malls and museums. With such a unique, interesting culture to discover, one could spend months seeing all its sights. Made up of 23 wards, the massive metropolis lies at the head of Tokyo Bay, along Honshu's central coastline. When it comes to the greatest cities in the world, you cannot do better than Tokyo. A juxtaposition of deep tradition and fast-paced modern energy, Tokyo, the capital city of Japan, is one of the best places to visit in Asia. It is home to the Imperial Palace and the seat of government and parliament, as well as luxury hotels, Michelin-starred restaurants, and fantastic shopping. Located in east-central Honshu, the largest of Japan's main islands, this heavily populated city serves as a great base from which to explore other parts of the country. 10. Teen-Lab Planets. One of the most amazing, immersive art installations you are likely to come across, Teen-Lab Planets has quickly become one of the must-visit tourist attractions in Tokyo. As well as stimulating your senses, its otherworldly exhibition spaces are certain to provide some of your best pics and selfies from your time in the city. Originally intended to be temporary, the art exhibition's overwhelming popularity has thankfully seen it extended a number of times now. Blurring the boundaries between the body, nature, and art, it sees you wander barefoot through dark, wet corridors before emerging in awe-inspiring open spaces. While some contain hundreds of colorful orchids or strange egg-like sculptures, others are covered in the most incredible multi-sensory digital art. Altogether, Teen Lab's innovative use of lights, touch, sound, and engineering techniques makes for an utterly unforgettable experience. We were very fortunate it wasn't too crowded when we visited, as that can detract massively from the immersion. When booking, try and choose an earlier time slot so that fewer people are around. 9. Tsukiji Market. Seafood and sushi are big staples of the Japanese diet. But at the Tsukiji Market, it is possible for you to see exactly where chefs and restaurants find their catch of the day. Tsukiji is a wholesale fish and seafood market, and it is the largest on the planet. The inner market is where wholesalers purchase seafood in tremendous amounts, but the outer market is where you can snag just enough fish for dinner, or you can dine at sushi restaurants that truly do have the freshest fish possible. For the best chance at experiencing the full bustle of the market, get there early. Most shoppers arrive before dawn, and by mid-morning, the whole operation has largely shut down. 8. Imperial Palace and East Garden. Covering a ginormous swath of the center of Tokyo is the Imperial Palace and its endless grounds. Still used by the Emperor of Japan and his family, it has plenty of historic buildings and picturesque gardens to amble around. Surrounded by impenetrable moats and stone walls, the current palace complex occupies the same spot where Edo Castle once stood. From here, the Tokugawa shogun ruled the country from 1603 to 1867 until the imperial family moved in following the Meiji Restoration. On tours, you can actually enter its inner grounds and learn more about the refined residence and its revered royals. As you traipse through attractive gates and courtyards and over old bridges, there are also some ancient ruins and traditional buildings to appreciate. 7. Akabara. Within the Chiyoda ward of Tokyo is a place known as Akabara, a major shopping and electronics district. While plenty of local residents flock here for all sorts of reasons, it is definitely a top pick for travelers, especially if you're looking to experience a different side of Japanese culture. Akabara is known primarily for two things: tech shops and otaku culture. If you're fascinated by the tech-savvy Japanese, then Akabara is the place to see the new and wonderful in technology. As a center of Japanese otaku and anime culture, there are dozens of stores specializing in anime, manga, and other collectibles. There are also several maid cafes, where employees dress as maids and act like different anime characters. 6. Shibuya Pedestrian Crossing. What definitely didn't disappoint was watching the mad scramble that takes place every few minutes at the Shibuya Pedestrian Crossing. the busiest intersection in the world. Its 5 zebra crossings are almost completely covered by pedestrians, especially at peak times. Located in front of Shibuya Station, the now iconic destination lies at the center of 7 crossroads, surrounded by soaring skyscrapers displaying bright flashing adverts. Whenever the traffic lights turn red, hundreds if not thousands of businessmen, shoppers and tourists cross at any one time. You can visit our website to discover exclusive discounts and book your next flight, hotel, car rental, or holiday. Our comprehensive travel guide packages ensure you make the most of every adventure. Book and travel smarter. You can find the link in the description below the video. 5. Tokyo Tower. Long one of the city's most iconic landmarks, the Tokyo Tower has defined its sparkling skyline since the 50s. Aside from admiring its eye-catching architecture, it also has epic panoramas for you to enjoy from its viewing platforms. The second tallest structure in the country after the Skytree, the 333-meter-high tower was erected in 1958. Modeled after the Eiffel Tower in Paris, the immense lattice tower looks almost exactly like it, though is taller, lighter, and painted bright red and white. 4. Shinjuku National Garden. When many people think of Japan, what comes to mind is the skyscrapers, the bustling streets, and the big shopping areas. That's why it is such a delight to come across the Shinjuku National Garden, an area that belonged to the Nato family in the Edo period. Today, the gardens are open to the public. There are 3 beautiful and distinct landscape designs visible in Shinjuku National Garden: English garden landscaping, French formal landscaping, and traditional Japanese gardening. 3. Meiji Shrine. Just north of the Shibuya Scramble Crossing is the amazing Meiji Shrine. Surrounded by gorgeous forests and seasonal iris gardens, the important religious site is an oasis of peace and calm from the busy blocks around it. Dedicated to the deified spirits of both Emperor Meiji and his wife, the stunning shrine was unveiled in 1921, almost a decade after his death. As it was later destroyed during World War II, the current complex only dates to the 50s. Here you can pay your respects at the giant wood temple and make a small offering at its main sanctuary. 2. Ueno Park. Another unmissable nature spot to explore is the absolutely enormous Ueno Park and its exhaustive list of attractions and activities. One of the most popular and picturesque green spaces in the city, its numerous temples, museums, and highly rated zoo can keep you occupied for days. 1. Senoji Temple. By most accounts, the temple's history dates back to the year 645, making it over 1,400 years old. During the Second World War, much of the temple was destroyed, but it was rebuilt afterwards in the original style. This makes Senoji Temple a reminder of the resiliency of the Japanese people and an example of new beginnings. What do you think of our video? Let me know in the comments section below. Before you go, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching.